Welcome to lesson number 7. Today we're going to take a look at the rest of 50 sound table, these 3 rows. So let's start with the first one. This one is Y row. Okay, so these are the typed ones, and as you can see, we only have 3 in this row. These 2 are missing actually. So let's see the 3 letters. First one is, you start from this side. Diagonally, and there's a corner here, and you sweep. Okay, and with making a right angle, you make another one and you stop here. And the third column is a straight horizontal line. There's a corner and you go downward a little bit diagonally maybe, and a longer straight line here, and you stop. Okay, the last one is horizontal line, and there's a corner, you go down, and from the left another line, and lastly another line from the left, and you stop it here. So it's like a upside down alphabet E. Okay, so now let's see the pronunciation. U O, and this is Y row. So the first one is ya, the third one is you, and the last one is yo. Okay, and why are these 2 missing? Because for the second one, yi, this sound doesn't exist in Japanese. Other sound would be yi. It's not in Japanese. For example, in English, you have these 2 words, year and ear. You have a difference there. But actually, Japanese don't have this sound, yi. So when Japanese speaks English, they mix up these 2 pronunciations actually. They pronounce both with ear, by the way. So that one doesn't exist. And the fourth one will be ye. This sound doesn't exist in original Japanese language. However, modern Japanese can pronounce the sound of ye because there seems to be that kind of sound came from abroad to Japan. But in that case, we use another way to express that sound with katakana. We'll go into that later. But it won't be the 4th character of this row. So this row is only ya, you, yo. Okay, repeat after me. Ya, you, yo. Very good. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Next one is R row. Pretty difficult one, actually. Okay, so these are the typed ones. Let's see how we can write it. Okay, from the left, and another one longer, and there's a corner, and you sweep. Okay, the second one is a straight line, you stop it, and then a longer one, a little bit curved to the left, and you sweep. The third one is sweep to the left, and a straight line here, and there's a corner, and you sweep up to the right. The fourth one is this one without the first one. What I mean is straight line and then sweep up to the left. Oh, sorry, to the right. Okay, the last one is like a box, but how you can write it is you start from this line, and then you start from here again, and you go to the right. And there's a corner here, and you go down. And lastly, you finish the box by starting from the left side. Yep. So let's see the pronunciation. It's R row, so it should be R A, R I, R U, R E, and R O. So if you do this in English way, that will be ra, ri, ru, re, ro, maybe, but it's not that. Japanese R is very difficult for English speakers to understand, so I'm going to explain it in detail. Okay, so again, yeah, let's use this one. So first of all, let's start by seeing R sound, and R, I guess it's something like this, maybe. Am I right? You're making a sound somewhere around this area, right? And you go ra, ra. Maybe the tongue doesn't touch the upper jaw, I guess. There may be a room here. R, r. In English, that will be r, and I don't actually know, but in French or Germany, we go. You have different sounds, like her. I can't do that. And in Russia, maybe they roll the tongue, like Russia. But anyway, the R sound should be made with a relatively, the back side of your throat. So this will be the R sound. Okay, and to understand Japanese R, we have to see English L first. So let's see L. If you make an L sound, I believe it will be here, right? You make the sound from here, and this is L. So L, right? So if you use the L, that will be la li lu le lo, but that's not Japanese either. Now I'm gonna tell you Japanese R is actually between the L and R. It's actually here. Okay, here. So the tongue doesn't touch the upper teeth. And to know where this point exactly is, let's put it this way. This is exactly the point where you touch when you speak T sound. Yeah. So actually this is T. And when speaking T sound, you shut down your breath completely, with this area. And then you suddenly open up the root and you go t, t, right? So in Japanese R, what you have to do is put your tip of the tongue to the T point here and let the breath go through the side of your tongue, just like what you do in L sound. So what I mean is you put the tongue to here and go just like the breath is going over the sides, just like you do in L, L, and but you move the tongue backward and you go that's Japanese R, and then suddenly detach the tongue. So la, li, l. That's Japanese R. So it may be pretty difficult, but actually, if you are American English speaker, actually you're using this sound in your everyday conversation. You know what I mean? Well, I said you know what I mean. What I mean, die. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly Japanese RA. So, this part. If you're speaking British English, you don't do this, right? You always stick the original sound of T. So you go what I. That's very beautiful. But American go what I, and that's exactly what I've just demonstrated in this figure, right? When you make the T sound weaker, you're unconsciously doing Japanese R. So in case of D, you can find it in, for example, how about this one? Take it easy. 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 D. That's Japanese D, right? Yeah. Well, I hope you've now understand Japanese R. Hope it's something of a help. Oh, actually, by the way, Japanese can't tell the difference between the English R and English L because we only have Japanese R that's between them. So if you listen to a Japanese who are speaking English, maybe you'll notice they mix up R and L. They all sound like rarirurero to Japanese. So they often say when Japanese went to the US and came into a restaurant and he ordered a rice and he said, I'll have rice Well, but unfortunately, the waiter brought lice. Well, they often say that. I'm sure it's a joke, of course. All right, now let's go to the last one. Well, yeah, this one is W row. But as you can see, we actually have only two. Three of them is missing. But anyway, let's try to write it. So the first one is a straight line, a little line to downward. And from here you go to the right and there's a corner and you go sweep to the left. Well, if you have another dot above, that will be this one, U. But this one is not, okay? And 2, 3, 4 is not there. And the last one is from the left, you go this way and there's a corner and you sweep. And then another line from left to here and you stop it. So the sound is actually W. So this one would be wa and this one would be wo. And actually in old Japanese, in old Japan, there were actually characters in here which corresponds to we and which corresponds to here we. They had these characters. That's actually this, and this one is actually like that. However, we don't have this one in modern Japanese, so it's not used today. Most of the Japanese don't even know about this. Oh, but this one is sometimes we see in pretty much elder woman's name. I mean, nearly 90 or 100 years old. They sometimes have this in their the first name, but basically we don't have this letter anymore. But yeah, actually, but we have this sound we and we in modern Japanese because that kind of sound comes from overseas. But we have other ways to express this sound with katakana, so we'll go into that later. So anyway, for this row, it's only wa and wo. And one more thing, actually, the last one, wo, is strange. This letter is very special in Japanese. Actually, this letter is used in the one and only word in Japanese. Only one word. And moreover, that one is very, very often used in Japanese conversation. So actually, instead of pronouncing this as wo, actually in Japan today, we've already changed it to simply o. Okay, so we pronounce this sound exactly same as this one here, o, because we use too many times this character. But we still should be able to express the sound of wo in katakana, but we don't use this one to do that. We have another way to express the sound of wo in katakana. Well, I'll show that later on. So, after all, this row is wa and o. Okay? So, now, I haven't made you practice the R row yet. So, repeat after me from R row. Da, di, do, le, lo, wa, o, or sometimes wo. Okay. Now we've seen all the rows, and yeah, of course, as you can see, we have another one here, but actually, we're not going to go into this one yet, because this one, the last one, is actually the most mysterious character in Japanese. It will be very, very difficult to explain the sound of this one at this stage. So I'm going to have to go to other things before learning this one character. Well, so in the next video, we're going to now move on to, we're going to learn voiced sounds. Yeah, the next video will be about voiced sounds. Because if you notice, if you see all the consonants, you don't see these consonants like we haven't seen D, we haven't seen G, B, like that. So we're going to see how you should write these sounds in Japanese. So please look forward to it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.